But it's that whole pendulum. See, rather than going, hey, we need to slightly adjust things so that we're back in the middle. Secret to the universe is balance, as I always say. Rather than do that, they go, oh, no, we're going to go fucking full tilt the other way, and then we have to fucking overcorrect. And it's like the fucking swinging pirates chip at Disneyland. It's just this constant overcorrection. And that's exactly the same with the cancelling. Like, it got to the stage, and, you know, as a comedian, you would have experienced that more than anything. I've heard so many comedians saying exactly the same thing. It's like, with all the political correctness and the cancel culture, you know, there was a lot of comedians that went from pretty much going, hey, I'm a comedian, as part of the job I can fucking do and say what I like without restriction. Like, that was the gig, that was the job description, to just have to be a little bit more aware of what I say and how I say it. And there's varying degrees of that. You know, there's like some comedians that went, I'm fucking changing nothing, to some that are like, fuck,
The comedians who said no, fuck that, I'm not changing anything, they're not working anymore.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
And I know every comedian I know who's been in it for 20 years or more has jokes that they don't do anymore, that they were doing 20 years ago, that they don't do now because times have changed and people don't laugh at those jokes anymore.
Yeah.
And you can say whatever you want. Nothing's off limits when you're on stage with a microphone in your hand, but your job is to make people laugh.
Again, back to Seinfeld, the whole Kramer thing.
Yeah.
You know, and everyone's like, oh, this is part of the bit.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And it wasn't until like a minute in, everyone went, oh, fuck, this is not actually part of a bit. Yeah. Like, he's having some kind of a fucking meltdown. Yeah,
he's flipped.
Wow.
But yeah, so, and the beauty of stand-up is it's instant feedback. You don't have to, it doesn't have to go to a panel of editors, doesn't have to go through the writer's room, it doesn't have to go, like, you can do that joke in front of live audience and they laugh or they don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it can be about anything. Your joke can be about anything. It's just, and it's all about context and
100%.
You know.
And like you say, the audience decides. You do 10 gigs of that same material, and you just get no laughs, and
maybe I'm the problem.
Exactly. Maybe. You have to go, well, that's obviously not working.
This is a thing that comes up all the time, because we do comedy workshops, Funny Coast Comedy on the Sunshine Coast, beginners comedy workshops, and you'll get dudes in there they'll write jokes about topics that, you know, like they'll write, it'll be something sexist or homophobic or racist, and you'll go, what are you trying to achieve? Oh, I just, you know, I thought it'd be funny. Like Anthony Jeselnik's one of my favourite comedians, you know, and he does that real edgy stuff. Or Louis C.K., he does that real edgy stuff. So I like that. I'm like, yeah, but you've never done a gig.
Yeah. They've got enough of a following.
It's not even a following. They've got the experience. They're
to be able to pull it off.
25, 30 years of experience.
Yeah.
To be able to pitch it in the right tone of voice, the right angle, the right words, the right, you know, you can't just get up and say that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
But, and again, it doesn't matter how big you are. There's still been plenty that have had a backlash on what one of the cleverest approaches I've seen is with a lot of Joe Rogan's stand-up, where he's actually doing a Bundaberg, good Australian soft drink. Joe Rogan, where he actually makes it part of the gig. And so he'll say something that's, you know, that out there, that old school, and he'll go, but look, I don't really fucking mean that. That's part of the joke. He goes, because I know that you all fucking freak out in this day and age and cancel culture. And he's actually written it into the gig.
Yeah.
And then straight after it, he'll say something even more extreme, you know, and he's like,
that's not really.
He's like, I don't really believe that. I'm a comedian. That's what I fucking do. But then he'll go even further the next time, and you're just like, that's a really clever way of kind of making it part of the gig, you know.
There's lots of ways to do it. I mean, the main way is to make it funny. Yeah. Whatever topic it is you're talking about.
Yeah.
Whether it's racial politics, rape, homophobia, whatever, something about the trans whatever. Make it funny, and then people, it's weird to and the audiences are different too in different places. Like I've just done
What year was your first gig?
2003.
2003. So, like, in that time, you're lucky enough that you would have seen some massive changes of how things have evolved as society's evolved as to what you could say. Or, like, I can remember some of your early gigs, like your earliest gigs. I never saw your first one, but I was there for all of the earlier ones. And, like, the amount of shit that you could just drop and you could people just go, oh, really?
Oh,
and then there's that thing of, like, people laugh and they're like, fuck, I shouldn't laugh at that, but it's funny. And,
Yeah, it's all in the pitch. I've only ever just tried to write jokes and be funny. I've never really set out to just go, I'm going to tackle this topic or I'm going to tackle that topic or anything like that. No. It's always, and I'm always trying to be nice and punch down and punch up, not down, punch up. But it's just changed in that sense of like, just like it was 20 years ago, it was different. Man, what an old man thing to be. 20 years ago, it was different.
When I was a boy.
But it wasn't better. Like, it was like, it was less.
No electric light bulb, lit by candles with the shell on the.
Man, had to ride a horse to the fucking gigs, Sometimes you turn up to a gig, they didn't even have a stable. You had to fucking unsaddle the horse yourself, rub it down, give it the oats.
It was like the ale wasn't carbonated.
Open mic comedy back then, man. You'd be lucky to fucking have a hitching post out the front.
You had to project your voice. It's like Shakespeare.
Yeah. But, it's like fucking people are out there trying to get newspaper space by saying, political correctness is killing comedy. Nothing's fucking killing comedy. There's
bad comedy's killing comedy.
Yeah, there's comedy on every night.
Yeah.
There's comedy on every night. There's heaps of fucking people out there making a living from doing comedy. Nothing's killing comedy.
Yeah.
Just people who don't write new jokes is what's killing comedy.
Yeah.